All right. What's up, brothers? Hope everyone's doing well out there. So I come to you tonight with an experience that I would like to share with a supplement that I've been taking for the last 2 years. And I want to start out by saying this is not a recommendation. This is not advice. I am not affiliated with this company or any supplement companies in any way, shape, or form. I'm simply throwing my experience out there into the universe. Whatever you want to do, that's up to you. You can do your own research and do whatever you'd like. So I want to go over a couple of things about this supplement. If you're somebody that's out there looking for a natural testosterone booster, I know there's always going to be some young dudes or some inexperienced dudes that are out there, they're hitting the gym, and they see all these quote unquote natural test boosters and they get suckered into buying a bunch of them. Most of them don't do anything. Okay. It's a fact. Everyone knows this. It's all sales. It's all marketing. Usually they don't do anything. However, Shilajit, however you pronounce that, does do something. And if you get good Shilajit, at least in my experience, I shouldn't say you, I should say in my experience, me taking Nutricost, literally like the cheapest brand on the internet, I did get roughly a 20% increase in testosterone, which is what was promised. I get my blood work done, not super frequent, but I know where my baselines have been the last few years, and it's usually upper 600s, lower 700s. And getting my blood work done 4 weeks after taking this, it was up in the lower 800s. So it was roughly a 20% increase. So does it work? Does it do what it says it's supposed to do? It did for me. Now, first of all, or second of all, a 20% increase in testosterone isn't really going to put any muscle on you. Okay. Maybe over the course of 2 years, it'll put on like 2 or 3 pounds of muscle at best, but it's not going to be like super physiological muscle. Like you're not going to stack tons of muscle on, which is what people expect from a test booster. That's not what you'll get from this. Maybe a little bit of strength increase, maybe a little bit of energy boost, which will help you build muscle in the long term, but it's not going to be like a huge, big deal. But it does work. It did for me. The next thing that I want to talk about is something that could scare people away, or it could make people say, okay, well, maybe that's just a sign that it works. Well, about 4 weeks after taking it, I started to notice a pain in one of my nipples. And I've never had any type of gyno before, anything like that. But anybody out there that messes with real test or, anything like that, like the pharmaceutical grade shit, they know that that's always a risk, right? And most people, if they take it long enough, eventually they're going to experience something like that. I was shocked that I started to get, like it was starting to take place with this, but luckily for me, after a few days, it wore off. It almost felt like I had like a pimple or an ingrown hair underneath my nipple. It was strange, right? And I was a little worried at first, but thankfully it went away. So for me personally, does this stuff mess with your testosterone levels? Yeah, it did for me, right? To a point where I experienced that. Luckily, my body balanced itself out, but it did do that. So that's the only side effect that I've noticed, and thankfully it didn't last. It didn't turn into anything serious. It was just a warning sign. But in terms of benefits, maybe it'll put on a pound or 2 of muscle over the course of a year. Maybe it won't put on any muscle. I don't know. But there's a feeling that you get from high testosterone levels versus low to average. And it's a feeling of high energy, masculine vigor, confidence, just that feeling that you had as like a rough and aggressive 19-year-old. I get that feeling at 38 years old. And I think I can attribute quite a bit of that to the test boost. You'll be, at least it makes you bricked up all the time, right? Like you're literally just the masculine vigor of a 19-year-old. So that effect was definitely taking place. So in terms of benefits, the feeling that you get, the general sense of well-being that comes from having high testosterone levels. If you're like me, maybe it can give you that. If you're looking to pack on tons of muscle, I don't think it's going to really do that. Burn fat, maybe. I don't know. I'm just a regular natural weightlifter. I eat a little more when I'm trying to put muscle on, and I bulk up a little bit. And then when I want to lean out, I eat a little bit less, and I lose a little bit of strength, and I lose a little bit of muscle too, right? That's what happens. That's the way the body works. Now, can this help you build a little bit more muscle? I would say so. A little bit, not a lot, a pound or two in a year. Can it help you retain muscle when you're leaning out? I would say so. Maybe an extra pound or two. Like I said, super physiological changes to your body? No. But what would you expect from a natural testosterone booster? I mean, I think that does what it's supposed to do. So that's my take on it. That's my honest take. There have been quite a few doctors, YouTube doctors and whatnot, channels that really discuss supplements on a scientific level, and they're qualified to do so, that have covered this supplement. And for the most part, everybody agrees that it works. But the big reason why people are afraid to take Shilajit is because it could have lead in it. It could have heavy metals. And supplements aren't really regulated and in that strict of a way. So like it could have lead in it or some other heavy metal that could really alter your health. And you might be taking it for 3 years and no problems, but all of a sudden you get a batch that has lead in it. So that's one thing to worry about. But other than that, this is 60 servings for $19. So, $10 a month for a 20% test boost. For me, it's worth it. If I experience some type of like lead poisoning or something on down the road, then it won't be worth it anymore. I'll learn my lesson. But, like I said, I can't recommend it because of that. So there is risk involved, but it's 100% legal. And that's my experience with it. So just throwing that out there in the universe, and you can take it as you may, take it as you will. Do whatever the hell you want to do. I think you'll be fine without it. I'm fine with it. I'm better with it, but I'd be fine without it. Not a game changer, but something I enjoy. All right, guys, guess I'm going to go ahead and shut this one off, but I hope this video was somewhat informative. And that's about it for tonight, guys. Until next time, see ya.